And I've been meaning to shoot this video for a long time. I got this big stack of books that I got for $1 a piece um, over the course of many trips to different stores over many months, and they've been kind of stacking up. So I want to show them all off. I mean, it's not like too huge. I'm sure this won't be like a half-hour video or anything, but we'll see how fast I can get through it. And then also at the end, I want to show off a few other things and talk about something before I call it a day. Okay, first up, I got this Final Crisis Aftermath. Aftermath. I'll try not to lisp when I speak. Dance #1. Got it for the Art Germ cover. Very nice artwork. I found that, and I found issue #3 out of what? I'm not sure, 6 maybe. So I should find the rest of that series. I found Action Comics number 5. What is that? 89. You know what? I need to look at this closer. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, 589. For some reason, I was thinking 589 was the Alan Moore issue, but that might be 583 or something like that. Anyway, yeah, this is just one of the burn issues. There's nothing special about it that I know of. It was just in decent condition, so I grabbed it. Got this Beauty and the Beast #1. Cool Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I think it's just a mini-series starring the Beast and Dazzler. And they also had #2. Those are the only issues from that miniseries that I found. So, I don't know, 3 and 4 are still out there somewhere. I'm sure I'll come across them. Alright. Found this Arion, Lord of Atlantis, #1. I don't really know anything about this character. I think Mike Grell might have worked on him, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And let's see. Blood Syndicate #1. It's a milestone comic. I guess, I don't know. I don't really know anything about that book either. However, here we go. Barbed Wire #1. Of course, the cover price for this was $1. This is the first appearance of the Barbed Wire character, portrayed by Pamela Anderson in the now classic Barbed Wire movie. I've never seen it. But yeah, I actually got this when it first came out, so I have another copy of this, but I figured, why not? I found it for $1, whatever. And then this is just Amazing Adventures #5. This is a reprint of X-Men number... Is it X-Men #5? It might be. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever read that before. I have read X-Men #1, and I wasn't super impressed, but whatever. Found some random later issues from the DC New 52 run of Phantom Lady and Dollman #1. I don't know. What is that? Amanda Connor cover? Looks like her work. And then Men of War #1. Now I'm trying to remember, because when the New 52 started, it was either this or it was, it might have been like GI Combat. They had one war book when it started, but I can't remember what it was. So this might be a later book from the New 52. fact, let me see if it has a date on the cover. Oh, November 2011. So I guess this is the original war book from the New 52. And then there's another one later on. Okay, so I got that. Got a copy of No Mercy number 12. I was actually getting this series when it came out, but then for some reason I never saw the last issue. This is the last issue from that series. So I was always kind of left hanging, I guess, but now I have the last issue so I can read it. From Image Comics, on a copy of Rose number 1, David Finch cover. So that's pretty cool. This is definitely a later New 52 book, Talon number 1. And then, okay, yeah, now we're starting to get into the books that I found, I think all of these in a like a little shop that is local. I've actually been able to find a lot of cool stuff in their dollar bins. So yeah, okay. Like from CrossGen Comics, this is Meridian number 1. This is early Joshua Middleton work, covers and interiors. So I found number 1 and number 2. So that's pretty cool. Same store, Icon number 1, first appearance of Icon and Rocket. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure. I looked that up like when I first got the book, but it's been a while, so I may have misremembered. But I think it's both of their first appearances. Found a copy of Prophet number 1. I'm not 100% sure why I picked this up. Just, I don't know, an early Image number 1 that I never got because I dipped out of Image pretty quick early on. Same with this, Hellshock number 1. Of course, this is actually, good artwork by Jay Lee, and we'll see more from Jay Lee in a little bit. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool. I have a few books here that I haven't bagged and boarded, but I just thought I would show them off anyway. Strangers in Paradise number 3. This is the third issue from the ongoing series, and it's the gold variant. I didn't even know this existed, actually, but if you look at the title, it's like gold leaf. It's not really worth anything, I don't think, but still just kind of cool. Found a Marvel Fanfare 24. Just kind of a cool P. Craig Russell cover, and he did some stuff on the interiors too. And let's see. I guess it's like a wraparound cover. So that's cool. More Jay Lee. We got the Inhumans number 9. What is it? It's like issue number 5 is the first appearance of Yelena Belova, the second Black Widow. So that's kind of the money book from this Inhumans run, but I don't have that one. I live in hope that I'll come across it in a dollar bin, and the shop owner won't know any better. This one's pretty cool. I got this when it originally came out too, but this is just another copy of Ghost, Comics Greatest World, week 3 from whatever group of books this is. The Comics Greatest World thing that Dark Horse did back in the day. I kind of remember this. They had like 4 different groups of books that were, I guess, organized by theme or something, and they had like these logos. Like this one is the Scales of Justice crossed out or whatever. But yeah, this is the first appearance of Ghost, so I just thought finding that for $1 kind of cool. And also found a copy of the Ultimates number 1. I've always had this in trade paperback form. I never had I have like the second half of the first series in individual issues, but I never got the first half. So I found number 1. I need to find a number 2 because that's the first appearance of the Ultimate Nick Fury. Okay. Moving on, we got more Jay Lee stuff. This is I thought was pretty cool. I actually managed to find the entire Jay Lee's entire run on Namor from back in the 90s. So yeah, that's really cool. Got Namor number 26, number 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and let's see, 33, 34, 35. That's a pretty wicked looking cover. Jay Lee's rendition of Tiger Shark, I guess. 36, 37 with the hollow foil cover for absolutely no reason that I could discern. But, you know, it was the 90s. And 38. And that was his entire run. So I couldn't believe the entire thing was in there. That was pretty cool. So I was very happy to grab all of that. And then I found this one in there, and I wasn't sure if it was this one or because there's two of these. There's like this book, Cyblade: The Battle for Independence, and then there's another one that's Cyblade: The Battle for Independence. And it's actually the other one, the Cyblade: that's the first appearance of Witchblade. So this one's not really worth anything, but I couldn't remember whether it was this one or the other one, and I found this one, so I grabbed it. This next one is kind of weird. I saw somebody showed this. This is the only reason I knew to look inside it. But I can't remember who it was. It might have been, I don't know, Batcave Comics maybe? Honestly, I don't remember. But somebody showed this off, this Mission Impossible one-shot that Marvel put out. This is actually, I'm not going to bother opening up and showing, but this is actually a recalled comic. So what it was is there was a panel on the inside where Tom Cruise's character, what's his name, Ethan something Hunt, he's drawn like with his hips kind of cocked to the side or something, and it looks like really feminine. And apparently Tom Cruise wasn't down with that, so they recalled the book and, or actually I don't even think they shipped it to most places, with a few exceptions. But then they cropped the panel and reprinted it and sent it out. But there was the store in Dallas that does the mycomicshop.com. They got the original versions, so I'm guessing that that's probably where this came from, because I am in Texas, so it's not a wild stretch of the imagination to think that it could have made its way to me. But you could tell by looking at the barcode where it says, I think it's the $4 Canadian, and then I think the new with the newsstand barcode, and then the new printed version has a different Canadian price on it. And it might not have the barcode. I don't remember exactly. I looked it up, but again, it was a while ago, so I've forgotten. But yeah, so I don't know. I just thought, I mean, I see it listed on eBay for a lot of money, but I don't really see any sales at that level. So that may, I mean, people may be asking $100 or more for this book, but I don't think anybody's really paying that much for it. So, I mean, I guess it's up to you to decide what it's really worth. It may just be worth the dollar that I paid for it. So I don't know. And then I actually at the store they had a like this box that was with the dollar books, but it looked like maybe they hadn't gone through it yet because instead of the books being, standing upright in the comic box like the comics normally are, they were just stacked facing up. So I was wondering if they hadn't gone through that box yet. There was a pretty big run of Alpha Flight in there. None of the really major keys from Alpha Flight, but they did have issue 41, which is the first appearance of the Purple Girl, who was Kilgrave's daughter. I grabbed that. There was no First Lady Deathstrike, unfortunately. Issue 33, I would have loved to have found that, but they didn't have it. But still, whatever. I got this one. It's one that I've been on the lookout for. Not like actively searching for, but you find it in a dollar bin, you grab it. And then the really big find from this store was this Exo Manowar number 0. And this is the gold edition. You can see it's got the gold logo. Yeah, and this book is actually worth, I don't know, like $40, $50, but I got it for $1. So that is pretty exciting. I was very happy to have found that. Okay. In addition to the dollar books, this is something that just the other day, I went to Walmart and I did find a copy of the Todd Knock Walmart exclusive Black Cat variant. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, like when I checked out at the register, like it wouldn't scan this barcode, so I had to call one of the cashiers over to help because it was like, whatever, the self-checkout thing. And when she did it, she just kind of, grabbed the comic, and what she did was she covered up this part of the barcode. So if you find it and you go through the self-checkout, make sure you cover up this part of the barcode and just scan this part. And then she put a couple of like dents in the spine. Like there's one like right here, and then there's another one right up here somewhere. But so that is unfortunate. This is the only copy that they had. I still have it. I mean, it doesn't break color or anything, but it's always kind of annoying. Somebody mishandles the comic. But yeah, I opened it up and bagged and boarded them. So I got that, and then in there also was a second printing of Venom number 9 and a second printing of X-Men Black Juggernaut. So nothing too special, but I got those. All right, so I'm filming this on, what is it? It's Monday night. Actually, technically, it's Tuesday morning on the July 16th. So later today, Tuesday, I'm flying to San Diego. I'm going to go to the San Diego Comic-Con. This will be my 4th year there. Last year, I took my comic book, or like a preview kind of ashcan edition of my comic, and sold a bunch of copies of it. I still have some, so what I did was I drew sketches on the back. I'm not much of an artist. I'll just come out, say that right up front. I'm not much of an artist, but I did some sketches on the back. So what I did was I took them out of the bags and boards and turned them around, and the thought that I had was, if I get a chance, I'm going to find cosplayers who are dressed as the characters that I drew and get them to pose with the comics. So this is just some of the ones that I have. Like, I did a Thanos, and actually let me get rid of the other books there. So we got a Thanos and Harley. There's a Green Lantern. Kind of my favorite iteration of the Ms. Marvel costume. Captain America. And a Batgirl. That's just some of the ones that I happen to have sitting around. I sold the Bondage Wonder Woman, so I can't show that one. But but I do have those, and I'm going to take those and try to get that. And I don't know. Maybe I'll show pictures of any pictures that I get. So anyway, that's all I have. Let's put this back up here. Just bask in that. Stealth by for a moment. Okay, so yeah, 21 minutes, longer than I would have liked, but it'll do. All right. So, if you happen to be in San Diego, if you're watching this and you happen to be in San Diego, I'll be at the Red 5 booth. It's booth number 1717. So, hey, feel free to come by and say hi. Yeah, hope to see you there.